Welcome to the Retro Video Store Podcast.
Welcome, everyone, to the Retro Video Store Podcast. I'm your host, Eric.
Hi, Eric.
And that's my co-host, Neil.
I'm Neil. And who is out there fighting the good fight in Colorado?
That would be David. He's up by Grand Junction in that area working a big brush fire. So he's not close to where we are here in central Colorado. But he's out there doing it. I think that he would have loved this movie, so I feel kind of bad that he's not here to talk about this movie. Today, we're going to get back to our roots when it comes to the retro video store. We're going to talk about a movie that was a sleeper hit in 1984, but also was a video store staple, which spawned 3 sequels of a declining quality. And we're going to talk about
they got worse.
Yeah, they got worse.
Holy shit.
We're talking about Angel from 1984. And you go ahead and do the tagline if you want on the movie here.
Yeah, let's read this gem. Molly, a high schooler. Gonna let that sink in for the folks who may not have seen this lovely film. Molly, a high schooler, somewhere between the ages of possibly 13, 14 to 18 years of age, under 18, secretly earns her living as Angel, a prostitute whose only family and friends are the ones she works with on the streets. She has to survive against a serial killer who is targeting people of her profession.
Yes.
14-year-old prostitutes. That's... Okay.
So the tagline, high school honor student by day, Hollywood hooker by night. And well, let's just do our prerequisite stuff before we jump in. And this would be a good pause point for everybody who hasn't seen the movie yet to hit pause, go to Tubi right now and spend 1 hour and 32 minutes watching Angel from 1984, and you can come back.
Okay.
And we can talk about it.
To all 4 of you, I'm making like really intimate direct eye contact with Eric right now, and he's not the person I'm talking to. But to all 4 of you, when you put this movie on, do so in private because your family is going to judge you harshly.
I was going to ask, did Sammy watch it with you?
Harshly. No, I was home ill.
Uh-huh.
Didn't feel so great yesterday and today, and she was at work. So I shame watched this while I was sweating through a fever on the couch.
It is kind of like a fever dream too. So yeah.
Never had any dreams that involved pedophilia during a fever. I got to tell you. And just to make sure I stay healthy, I'm going to enjoy this lovely Monster energy beverage because I'm all about health.
Monster even.
Dude. Okay. Quick aside. Do you drink the Monster?
No, I've never had an energy drink in my entire life.
Okay. So first off, pussy. Okay. Now, secondly, there are several of these that are just absolute gold. Number 1 on top is the White Monster. You need to try one of these. Don't do a whole one at first. That will jack you up. Okay. White Monster. Okay. Then slightly below, let's say here's the can right here. Blue Monster.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The electric blue. And then laterally across is guava. Super delicious. The guava is amazing. Comes in a green can. Then they just released, and because we're both such super patriotic Americans, so much so that you and I are going to invade a country for its natural resources and have our pictures taken with the FIFA trophy, is the red, white, and blue Monster. And it is also amazing.
Wow. Okay.
What is holding you back from drinking these?
I just don't know. Like one time I would take allergy medication and my heart would flutter. So I felt like if I took a drink, an energy drink, that I'd probably have a similar reaction. So it's kept me from drinking any sort of, I will say that I have had a drink or two
Sip it.
I've had a sip of this energy drink called Reign, Reigan, and it was the orange dreamsicle or orange creamsicle flavor, and it tasted okay. And I only had a couple of sips, but so I didn't feel the effects of it. So,
you know the ices, the blue raspberry ices.
mm-hmm.
Ghost Energy makes one that tastes exactly like that. So good.
All right, I might try one and drink half and see how it makes me feel.
Just drink like a half. Make sure you get it cold. It needs to be cold. This one is room temperature because I'm hardcore. That's how I roll.
So, what flavor is the white one?
It's kind of very citrusy and tangy.
Okay. So, have you ever seen the video of the lady talking about how satanic Monster Energy drink, and that the M's are the three nails that nailed Jesus to the cross?
Okay, let me ask you a question. What do I like in my music?
The devil.
What do I like in my movies?
The devil.
What do I like in my energy drinks?
The devil.
The
All right.
devil.
Endorsed by the devil. Wow, we have something in common when it comes to our movies and some of our music. So, yeah. All right, so before we jump into Angel, let's do what we always do. Neil, what did you watch this week?
Okay. As I was telling you before we started recording, I was just so stunned after watching this film. I was having a hard time remembering what I watched. But one of them was actually kind of a big deal because I was texting you. Actually, you were texting me during when I was watching it. And I was like trying to text you on the sly in the theater so people wouldn't get pissed off. I went and watched The Odyssey.
I'm hearing really good things about it.
It's an amazing to watch movie. It's a little slow in spots. And the allegory is it's super there. And it's just, you can see that anyway, I'm not gonna tell you. You're not a dense guy. You'll get it when you watch it. But it was really good.
Well, I keep
really,
hearing
really good
to watch it in 70 millimeter IMAX, and there's only 25, 75, or 70 millimeter projectors in the United States, and we happen to have two in Colorado, one here in town at the Cinemark on Powers. But I was looking at tickets, and every single showing is pretty much sold out, except for the right in your face, right in front of the screen. And that's the worst way to watch an IMAX movie. So,
and then your neck, you're leaning straight back. You're going to leave a crick in your neck. We went to we had talked about it, but I can't even remember
XD version.
I went to the XD version, which got the big extended screen, and it was fucking phenomenal. Chris Nolan, there's going to be some awards flying at this movie.
Yeah, they're pretty much saying. I mean, it made like $250 million in a weekend, and it had all this weird backlash, like this pre-designed, like right-wing backlash against it about casting and all that kind of stuff like that. And they're like, "Oh, it's going to fail. It's going to fail. It's going to fail." And this proved them 100% wrong because it made $250 million in a weekend. And
a couple things about that. I mean, I'm going to straight up say it. Elliot Page. Everybody's freaking out about Elliot Page. Elliot Page is in the movie for a gnat fart. Two places that Elliot is in the movie. And the first one, but the second time you see him, and I'm not going to ruin it, really good job. And then everyone was freaking out about Lupita Nyong'o. She did great too. There is not a fucking weak performance in the whole movie. Literally sat and did not get bored of watching Matt Damon act for three goddamn hours.
Well, and the whole thing that, I mean, I don't even know what role Lupita Nyong'o plays, and they're supposed to be like Helen of Troy, or people are saying
she plays Helen of Troy.
Yeah, but she's a beautiful woman, and if you don't think she's a beautiful woman, then that's just straight up racism. You know what I mean? It's just.
Well, but here's the difference. You said it, and this is what makes all the difference in the world. You said beautiful woman, but the people that are saying that, it's because she is what kind of woman?
She's an African American woman, or an African woman. She's from America or not.
I'm gonna boil it down to the base. She's black.
Yeah,
and people are freaking the fuck out about that. And then Elliot Page is Elliot Page.
Yeah,
boom. That's all there is to it. There is no other. There is who it is now.
Yeah.
Don't fucking get it.
Yeah. I don't get it either. But anyway.
And by the way, if you are a racist or a homophobe or a general piece of shit and you're listening to this, fuck right off. We don't need you here. Okay, thank you.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, the what else did you watch? I remember you said you watched something else, but this movie brain stunned you and you couldn't remember.
It completely brain stunned me. I was like, wow. The 80s, just what was going on?
We're gonna
fucking was. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the 80s. So.
Holy shit!
I've been watching a lot of movies from the 80s, especially like horror movies. I watched a little bit of Child's Play today, and I watched Friday the 13th has been on like crazy, so I watched that. I watched Clerks part of the day. That's early 90s movie, but I watched Clerks. And then I watched another 90s movie. I watched Road Trip today while taking a nap, and that always makes me laugh. It's a dumb movie, but it's funny.
Oh my God. I remembered I watched it and I was so ashamed of myself. And you said Road Trip and it made me think about this. Freddy Got Fingered.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah. I watched Freddy Got Fingered and they're releasing Super Troopers 3.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went and I watched Super Troopers because that movie is gold. The second one's not so great. And the third one looks like it's going to be absolutely fantastic. All I've watched is trailers, and then we have trailers to talk about that we both have been texting about
before
too.
We jump in, the trailer for Avengers Doomsday came out today, and also the trailer for Dune Part 3 came out last week. So both look amazing. I am excited for both, but I am a Marvel nerd, and I'm super excited for Avengers Doomsday. It looks super busy. I don't know how they're going to, the movie's going to be long or
whip it all into that. Yeah.
Or people are going to get killed early and often, or universes or multiverses are going to get extinguished or whatever. But yeah,
I can now no longer think about Dr. Doom and not hear Robert Downey Jr.'s doing that accent.
Yeah.
That's now Doom for me. That's now the way I hear Dr. Doom. We're going to switch. I'm going to go watch Dune first, just because I think that the crowd is going to be a little bit less.
Yeah.
A little more subdued, not what you're going to get at the Marvel one. And then I'll probably wait like a week or two and then I'll go see it.
Yeah. I'm the opposite. I'll see Doomsday first day or second day or whatever, and then watch Dune Chapter 3, which looks amazing. I think Robert Pattinson is having a year. He's because he plays the bad guy in the Odyssey.
The Odyssey.
Apparently, he does a really good job. Then he plays the bad guy in Dune Chapter 3.
Whenever he plays royalty or anyone that's got this kind of royal thing going on, he always plays such a dick, and he does it really good.
Yeah, I hear he does a great job. So
he does a really great job. You fucking despise him.
I'm one of those nerds who likes to watch like reaction videos and analysis of the trailer when it comes out, and people there's already a bunch, and I'm not really caught up on what's going on in a lot of the Marvel comics and stuff like that. So some of the source material for what they say is possibly the source material for Doomsday is not really that impressive to me, because this is the thing that kind of drives me nuts, is when they take a character, a villain especially, and make him so powerful that it's like almost like a parody. So hopefully they don't do that with Doom. I think maybe they'll give some balance. I'm sure he's going to leech some power from somebody or something like that to be able to do what he's doing in the video. But it just in the trailer. But I don't know. I hate when they just make somebody so badass that it takes all the fun out of it. You got to have a flaw as a bad guy. But I'm excited for both of those.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at when the release is, and I'm looking at my schedule, and I'm just like how busy I'm going to be, and that makes me sad. So I did buy a ticket for the lottery drawing tonight, which is 700 million. So
I thought it was tomorrow night, Tuesday. I don't know. I'll have to look.
Is it
if it's Tuesday, then I screwed it myself because I didn't buy one. Or if it's
Oh yeah, it is. It is Tuesday. So here's what I'm putting out there. When I win it tomorrow night, okay, we're both taken care of. There's going to be just nothing but movies. It's going to be raining movies.
Yeah, let's just manifest that for one of us.
Oh hey, Neil, what are you doing? I'm just going to be sitting here watching movies while my servants fan me. I'll let you move into a wing of the house. You can.
Sweet.
Tell us what you watched. It's not as much fun to fuck with you without David here. So.
Yeah, I just watched Road Trip and Friday the 13th Part 3 again, and then watched just bits and pieces of a lot of stuff, but nothing really. I watched Angel again, and what kind of spurred this on is that we watched Jaws 2, and one of the girls in Jaws 2, I was just looking at people's filmographies, and the girl who plays Angel was also in Jaws 2, and I was like, huh, all right. Donna Wilkes, she plays one of the girls who was trapped on one of the boats, and she looked familiar to me, and I looked it up, and I go, oh, Angel. And I remember watching this movie with my older sister, and I had to be it came out in 1984, and I think HBO bought it for a lot of money and played the shit out of it because it was this underground, it was a kind of a sleeper hit. And my sister and I watched it, and I'm like 11 or 12. My sister is like 13 or 14, and we fucking were blown away by it too at that age. And I think people need to understand the context of the 80s, because there were so many movies about prostitution in the 80s. In fact, somebody made a handy list on the Internet Movie Database of prostitution movies of the 80s. And number one comes in as Risky Business with Tom Cruise, where he's a high school senior wannabe business student, and he turns his house into a brothel to make money, in order to get to pay for the debts he accumulates or whatever from this pimp, right? So that one was I was very young, 83, so I was maybe 11 when I saw that. Really thought that was odd because I didn't know what the hell prostitution was, really. And then even the year before that, Night Shift with Michael Keaton and Henry Winkler came out, and they were turning a funeral, the morgue into a brothel. Do you remember Night Shift with Henry Winkler?
Yep, I do.
Yeah.
Very weird movie.
A very weird movie. And this is the only movie that made me think that Shelley Long was kind of hot. If she's cooking breakfast for Henry Winkler in one of those scenes, and she was pretty sexy back in the day before Cheers. Anyway.
Well, but the thing with that show is it's kind of hard to make your way in the world today. Yeah. It takes everything you got. And a show like that would help you take a break from all your worries. It sure does help a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you'd like to get away.
Want to go? American Gigolo. Of course, there's the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Crimes of Passion, directed by Ken Russell. Dr. Detroit, which I remember as a kid, where Dan Aykroyd is like a history or some sort or English professor, and he gets pulled in to be a pimp, and he fights a old lady named Mom who is part of the mafia. It was a really, really bizarre movie. Came out in 1983. Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, and the movie that is pretty much the precursor to Angel is a movie called Vice Squad. It came out in 1982, and this is a rough and nasty, brutal movie. And it was co-wrote by the guy who wrote Angel, but Vice Squad had Wings Hauser as the insane pimp named Ramrod. It's just crazy movie. I have no idea why the hell we watched these movies as a kid. I guess it's called being latchkey kids. When there
was no one there to tell us we couldn't watch these movies.
Exactly. No, there was no adults guiding us to watch these movies. So we watched this when it scarred my brain. Vice Squad is even more salacious than Angel, if you can believe that. Working Girl came out. Angel's in here. There's tons of movies. The Happy Hooker Goes to Hollywood. Streetwalking. I watched a preview for Streetwalking a little bit right before we started the podcast. You've got to watch the trailer for Streetwalking. It is insane. It came out in 1985. There's a ton of movie called Hussy. People don't use Hussy anymore.
I remember
hussy.
Hussy. What a hussy.
Hussy. There's just one called Prostitute, Hollywood Vice Squad, Portrait of an Escort, Snack Bar from Budapest, Memoirs of a French Whore, rated X. I don't know if that's on Tubi, Tubi or not. So there was a ton of movies that were based about around prostitution in the early 80s. And that's just a convenient list that you can find on the Internet Movie Database. So this movie came out January 13th, 1984. It was in the height of 80s exploitation cinema. Surprised everyone becoming one of the biggest sleeper hits of 1984. It had a budget of like $1.3 million, but made like $20 million at the box office and a ton of money on VHS. This was really one of those sleeper movies. It became the New World Pictures' most profitable movie of the year. And it is, I saw somebody made a comment that it's like a after school special from hell. And that is really true, an apt description of this movie. And yeah, it's fun. And one of the things that I would say that I really like about it is it really captures that kind of sleazy 80s Hollywood aesthetic. Everything is, I guess, I don't know how Hollywood Boulevard is now, if it's sanitized or not or whatever, but this really captures that. And the one thing that I thought was funny as hell is like, who is taking their kids to Hollywood Boulevard at night to watch street yo-yo artists and mimes and all that kind of stuff like that? These like little kids are watching, they're on all around these porno theaters and other things. It's just, it's like really bizarre.
Hey kids, would you like to go see some prostitutes a year older than yourself?
And another thing I liked is that they shot this almost like guerrilla style, where like you see the characters running down the streets or walking the streets, and there's just regular Joe bystanders standing around. So it gives it a lot more, kind of an authentic feel to it. Did you notice what movie was playing at one of the movie theaters in the background in the background of one of the scenes?
I think most of the time I watched this, I was sitting here trying to think to myself, what the fuck am I watching? So I didn't really, maybe something I didn't pick up on. What was showing?
Return of the Jedi was in one of the theaters. And Blue Thunder was at the Hollywood Chinese Theater there. So I love that kind of stuff, that kind of the real stuff that's going on in the background. And there's weird stuff that you don't really see anymore, like shoe shine stations where you could just go and get your shoes shined, by people on a little, like a kiosk or whatever. And just some of the stores and just the way things looked, it was just really gritty looking. And Andrew Davis was the cinematographer of the movie, and he became a big time director. He directed like Above the Law, Under Siege, The Fugitive, Chain Reaction, to name a few. So it's got a more polished look than a lot of the New World movies of the time. And Roger Corman owned New World Pictures, and we'll go through just a few of the names of the movies that were made from 79 or so up. There was Piranha, The Bees, Star Crash, Rock and Roll High School, Humanoids from the Deep, Battle Beyond the Stars. They released Shogun Assassin in the United States. Screamers, which is the movie supposedly about people who are turned inside out, but it is basically a retitled thing for Island of Mutations or Island of the Fishmen. Saturday the 14th, Galaxy of Terror, Forbidden World, Slumber Party Massacre. So they were just primarily just putting out, the exploitation movies of the era: Deathstalker, The Prey, The Pit, Children of the Corn, Suburbia, Chud, Crimes of Passion, Body Rock. So they put out just trash that I've seen more than my share.
So many times.
Yeah, so much of I've seen more than my share of. especially Chud. I remember seeing Chud, Tough Turf, Children of the Corn. Oh, in fact, I wanted to watch Children of the Corn this week, but I didn't get a chance to because I was just feeling them in that Stephen King mode after we did Cujo last week. Wanted to check it out.
Malachi.
He wants you to Malachi. So the director, Robert Vincent O'Neill, wasn't interested in making just a pure exploitation movie. He wanted to tell a story of a girl forced to grow up too quickly who creates an unconventional family among society's outsiders. And I think that is the best part of the movie is the kind of makeshift family that she has. She has, Rory Calhoun plays Kit Carson, and he's kind of like an old gunfighter. And you know what other movie Rory Calhoun was in just around this time? Motel Hell.
He can sure pick 'em, that guy.
Yeah. Motel Hell. Dick Shawn is Marvin, aka May, the mother figure. Susan Terrell is Solly Mulzer. Solly, she's kind of the person who runs a little flop house apartment complex that Angel lives in. She was also in Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker, one of the most bizarre slasher movies of that era. And yeah, it's just Donna Wilkes. She was a little, what did they say in Sleepaway Camp? A carpenter's dream.
Flat as a board.
Yeah, flat as a board, yes. John Deal, who plays the killer, it is funny. What do you remember him from?
God, he was all over TV in the 80s.
Well, I just remember him as Cruiser from Stripes.
Yeah.
I like fast cars and fast women. And just the way Bill Murray says,
"Sit down, Francis." That's the other one I remember. It's just one of those things. It's like seeing somebody from a distance in the grocery store, and you know them, but you're having a hard time like telling where you know them from. And every time I see somebody that looks like him, my first thought is, it had to fucking be in Miami Vice.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
He had to be in Miami Vice.
He was in Miami Vice. He was Detective Larry Zito for 56 episodes of Miami Vice.
Miami Vice.
This guy is a legitimate actor. He's part of the actor's studio, and he's a really he has been working consistently from 1980 until now. He's still in stuff. He's actually 2022 was the last thing, but he was in Dark Winds, that AMC TV show that based on Tony Hillerman stuff. And
with the Reservation Police.
Yeah.
My dad loved that. He made me watch a bunch of episodes. I think it was right when it was actually a little bit like a month or two before he passed away. We sat down and watched a shit ton of those one night when I was out helping him move.
I really liked the early Tony Hillerman, like The Blessing Way and Skinwalkers, and they had those were really cool because it was based on the area that we grew up.
We get it. You're native. We get it. You're native.
But the guy, in the book, he'd be like, "Hey, I got to go to Farmington, or I got to go to Shiprock." You're like, "Hey, I know where that is.
I know exactly where that is.
I know exactly where that is." But going back to John Deal, I remember him in this movie distinctly, and one scene comes to mind more than any other scene.
This is better. You better say the one I'm thinking of, or we're not friends anymore.
Stupid egg scene.
Fucking egg scene. Yes, 100%. Just for way too long, sucking on that fucking egg. Holy shit.
Yeah, they do a really good job of making him creepy as fuck. And he's like he's getting himself just a silkwood bath in a little wash basin in his room.
Yeah, this little weird ass room.
Yeah. But this is kind of funny. Usually most movies have like a critical consensus that you can read back. This one does not. Not this one. There's very little documented reviews of it, but there is a wonderful Siskel and Ebert video.
Yeah, I watched that when you sent it to me.
Gene Siskel hated this movie. He called it trash, and he just couldn't believe it. And he was like just really dismissive of it. And to my surprise, Roger Ebert loved it. He loved a lot.
Right.
He mentioned a lot of the things that I enjoyed about the movie.
Right. Okay. Well, much like you, Roger Ebert was a pretty fucked up dude.
Well, he wrote Beyond the Valley of the
Dolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he enjoyed the movie quite a bit. So if you want
he enjoyed imagining those naked girls were still in high school. That's what he enjoyed.
So if you go to YouTube, you can watch, do Siskel and Ebert Angel review, and there's this one clip, and it's like the entire movie, so the entire episode where they do Splash and a couple other movies, but it's the first movie they talk about. They talk about Angel, and Ebert was defended it quite a bit, and Gene Siskel looked at him like it was insane. And Ebert's like, "Oh, I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm right." And he's like, "Well, I guess that's why we have you on the show for." He was just kind of really sarcastically dismissed him. It is hilarious. It's one of the most funny Siskel and Ebert clips I've seen in a long time. One of the things that I was reading about it, and there's a video on YouTube talking about is Angel the last true like exploitation movie of that era, and there's tons of stuff coming from Europe and Italy and all these different weird stuff, but there didn't seem to be as many U.S. exploitation movies of this caliber that came out. And
this caliber, what you feel like pressing to your forehead when you watch the movie.
Ty West, the guy who directed House of the Devil, the Innkeepers, and then X, Pearl, and Maxine, he said that he used this movie as like a visual cue for the way he wanted Maxine to look and to feel. And I haven't seen Maxine yet. I wanted to watch it before recording, but I didn't get a chance to. But,
I was actually looking at Pearl and Maxine today, because that was something that I'd kind of put off to the side that I really wanted to watch.
Yeah, X is really good. Pearl is pretty good, and it's basically all hinges on Mia Goth's crazy performance. But I still haven't seen Maxine, and the reason I didn't is because it didn't really get didn't get much praise, and it was considered the worst of the three of that cycle. So I hadn't seen it yet, but I was watching the trailers today, and I'm like, well, shit, I'll have to check it out. But this movie is like all the movies we talk about is a cult film. And this really is kind of a video store classic. If you were our Neil and I's age, in our early 50s, and you walked along a video store and you were walking in the action or action drama area, you had seen the Angel poster, the VHS box, where it's got her in her little schoolgirl outfit, and then the cross cut of her in her with a gun, and it was a good VHS box, and it was very distinctive, and it was just a staple of that time, especially mom and pop VHS stores. I loved those. I mean, that's really kind of the impetus behind the podcast, is just going to
back in New Mexico, that there were just some random ones. Like someone would buy a mobile home and just kind of haul it off to the side of the road, and then buy a shit ton of videotapes. And then that would be the video store for just like a little bit, and then would kind of up and disappear. And a few stuck around. Yeah. But they were just all over. You could just go and rent some videotapes.
Well, especially for, we lived in Kirtland, New Mexico, or around Kirtland, New Mexico. It's a very small town, and there was Bronco Video, which was exactly how Neil described it. It was like a double wide trailer that was just hollowed out, and they put shelves in it.
It's still there.
Oh, really? Is it still there? Oh, man.
There's another. Remember when they built that? Okay, so I'm going to be gesturing and people can't see this. So the double wide sat. So here's the road. The double wide sat like this. They built a building right here. Remember that when they were building that, and you had to drive back into it? That building is still there, and the double wide is still there. It's been kind of painted a solid color, but there it still sits.
And there was a pizza place right next to it. I can't remember the name of the pizza place. And
Oh yeah. And then it became a church for a little while.
yeah, it was like daycare and pizza. Part of the building was the daycare place because my little sister was in there, and then there was part of it was pizza. The pizza wasn't terrible.
You could get. They had the mule skinner. They had the green chili jalapeno pizza there that was so good.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh god dang it! And if we had not mentioned it, I could have pulled the name of that out. It just sitting right on the tip of my tongue.
I know it's in the back of my head too, and I can't think of it because there was car wash, Bronco Video,
because it had like that whole. It had the whole like frontier vibe.
Yes,
kind of building
like an
facade
old store, like a old country store or something. And then just to the going towards Farmington, there was a video store called Tiger Video.
Yep.
And
which made no sense.
I know.
Made no sense.
Made no sense. It was Tiger Video.
That was Aztec. That's not Kirtland, you pricks.
But I remember renting The Blob there, Returning the Living Dead Part 2 there, Heathers I rented there. I rented I just rent. We used to rent there all the time. And that was just the best place to rent movies.
You remember the Bay Singers? Remember that family?
Mm-hmm.
As you're going out towards my house, remember before you go up the hill, that there's that. It used to be a bar right there, and then just right past that, before you get up the hill, the Bay Singers put a mobile home down and did a video rental place.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now the bar is gone, and now it's one of those. It's a big gas station. It's got like all the food and shit on the inside because you go up that, and then it's a straight shot out to the res.
And this is a little way off topic, but they used to call that Slaughter Alley because there was the Turquoise Bar on one side,
and then the Zia.
And the Zia Bar was right across the street from it. And then inebriated people would walk between each of the bars, and they would get hit by cars all the time.
And where did I live? Where did I live?
You lived really close to.
I lived up the hill from that. There were many a night that we would pull out, and would like, hey man, like it's late. You're like 15. Like I got to get home. It's right up the hill, and they'd have to like let you around all the emergency vehicles. It was pretty sad.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of alcoholism with in that particular area.
Yeah, but I used to call that Slaughter Alley there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Back to this amazing movie.
Oh, sorry. Don't you remember? I went and I bought booze like a couple trips back. Remember I sent you a picture of me outside Zia Liquors?
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time I legally had gone in there to buy booze.
And not asked somebody outside to go in and buy some beer.
Yes, or utilize someone with a fake ID.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That was why I took the picture. I was like, look where I am. You know how much money I made you guys in high school? Look at this.
There was a great convenience store down there called
Golden's.
And they had really good fried burritos.
Yes, they did.
And nachos.
Yes, they
and
did.
Hot dogs. Sometimes you just want to get a roller dog. You just want to get a dog, rolling on the.
That was on my commute to school, man. Come down the hill, turn at the bar, go by Golden's, hit that before we go to good old KCHS.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And then go to your house after school and hit that 7-Eleven for popcorn and nachos, and then straight shot to your place.
Heck yeah. All right, so Neil, what was your first?
Anything else you'd like to talk about?
Yes. What was your I want to hear your feelings about Angel when you started watching it.
This was at its core, disregard when it was done, an incredibly fucked up movie.
It is.
It's an incredibly fucked up movie. This is a girl who has had to sell herself, and it sounds like since the age of 12.
Yes.
And just walks around on the streets, copes, no problem, no fear, no fucking trauma. The only trauma she gets is when someone finds out, and it acts like a little secret, like she sent a crush note in another movie, perhaps like filmed on the East Coast with Judd Hirsch in it, and she runs out crying. And surrounded by these guys that want her because she's underage. And then let's get to the really fucked up part about this, there's many, many shots of naked women in this movie.
Yes.
But the naked women are at a high school, which would make them naked girls. Now, technically, they're all over age, but then that makes the people looking at this digging on potentially what in the movie are like fucking naked 16-year-old children. This is a highly fucked up movie. This movie is so wrong. Okay, cool. She had her family and the portrayal of all these different types of people that normally are just sort of marginalized and made fun of, but they are her support network. Bloody, 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 bloody. A dude is like, hey, are you underage? Hey, come on out here, you cunt. And the only thing that is supposed to be his comeuppance for wanting to have sex with a minor is getting freaked out because he sees another dead minor, maybe, in a shower stall, who's also unclothed. It's so fucked up.
There's even implied necrophilia in it too, when the serial killer kills the first,
he pulls the thing. Fucked up. Fucked up. But this is like Ted Nugent's heyday. Like that kind of music and shit. Like, yeah, she's jailbait. She's clean. I love me some jailbait. Don't put me in cuffs. I'll share with you. And you start thinking about all this, and being teenagers at the time, you're looking at teenage girls going like, hell yeah, give me some teenage girls. I'm 54 years old and I'm looking at this now and I'm like, fuck no. Hell no.
And we brought this up quite a bit in past episodes, but yeah, time has changed so much, and attitudes have changed so much, and mostly for the better. But the music back in the day, it's like, young girl, get out of my mind.
She's only 17.
Yeah. Christine 16 by Kiss. Christine 16. Girl, you'll be a woman soon. What's that song? Into the Night. She's just 16 years old. The Knack. My Sharona. There's so many. Now that's what I call statutory rock songs.
Well, 1963, I saw her standing there. The Beatles. She was just 17.
Mm-hmm.
Good Morning Little Schoolgirl from the 30s. Stray Cats. Direct
17.
reference. Stray Cat Blues by the Rolling Stones.
Okay, yeah.
That she was a 15-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm.
Directly referenced 15-year-old girl. And then like Jailbaits, Kid Rock. Talking about this. It's one of these things like, you know it's out there. And I'm so glad that the universe wanted me to stay out of prison and did not give me a daughter, because I'd have had to have killed somebody by now. We have boys. We just have to teach them to not be like fucking douchebags, not to be assholes, to be respectful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's not that hard. But what was this movie fucked up? I had a hard time thinking about the other bits of the plot as I'm watching it. I'm just, because then it cuts, because the fucking cheerleaders acting was so bad. Like but it was just some filler. They wrote, hey, we don't have any dialogue. We want you to make up some dialogue because we just want to see all of you naked for a few seconds before we cut to the girl who the movie's about.
Mm-hmm.
But they're supposed to be like 16 years old in the fucking movie. It's so weird.
Yeah. Well, the girl who plays Angel, she is not a great actress. She's a little out of her depth trying to portray emotion.
She looks like she's trying to hold her teeth want to escape, but she's holding her lips so tight that she's trying to keep them in that way. Like her teeth are trying to run away. Going like this, trying to hold them in. All the time.
And I don't want to be too mean to her, but she has very big nostrils.
She
looks like one of those garbage pail kids.
She can smell what The Rock is cooking.
She goes through a lot in this movie because she is wanting her dad, who left her, like 8 years ago, to come back, and he's gone. And then her mom up and just says bye and goes away as well. Peace out. I'm going to New York or whatever, leaving her alone at 12 years old. And she starts to, work the streets. And she has friends who are also prostitutes. And she's got May, a cross-dressing guy. I don't even know. I mean, I want to tread very lightly. Would you consider that? I mean, is it a trans person or is it just a cross-dresser? I don't know specifically. So we'll say he's a trans woman, but he is the best character in the movie to me. He's the funniest. He's the most. He is May, so she is the most funniest. The character has the best lines. Even when her teacher comes to go visit, do a house check on Molly, who is the angel, and they kind of try to do a Three's Company thing where they create a diversion, and May pretends to be her to be her mom, and
come on our rendezvous.
But the one thing that May says that I think really hit me, especially the second time, is when the teacher, who used to be a social worker or works for the health department or whatever, talks to her. May says that I love her more than her mom ever did. And that really hit me this time. And I was like, wow, they treat May with they don't make fun of her. She's not done in a oh, look at how awful this person is kind of way. She gets a character arc and is a good person. Maybe probably could have talked her out of being a prostitute or done something like that. But, but considering the situation, it was a good person. And same with Kit Carson, Rory Calhoun's character, who looks after her, and the poor Yo-Yo, the little Charlie Chaplin Yo-Yo guy.
Look at the trick I got you. You mean the top? You got a top.
It's a top. And if you are...
Did you ever get to that point where you saw somebody do some weird shit with a yo-yo and you got a yo-yo and then realized you didn't know how to do any of the fucking tricks? So you get one thing you could do, and that you just did that like crazy with the yo-yo.
Yeah, I could do the walk of the dog and then the around the world with the yo-yo, but I could never get any better than that.
I could do the around the world, and I could do the one where you flip it out and then pull it back and catch it.
Oh, yeah, I could do that too. Yeah, so I did three things. Yeah, that was really basic yo-yo skills. But yo-yos are big back in our day. You had to have a.
I could do the thing where you just let it drop down and you swung it around and you smack the shit out of people. I could do that one.
So if you are not the lead character in this movie and you are a prostitute, never tell anybody your dreams.
You're gone.
You're gone. You are gone. That is a one-way ticket to getting knifed by the killer, is just having any sort of aspirations or trying to think beyond what you're doing right now.
And not the deadliest looking of blades.
No.
But man, one little and you're done.
Mm-hmm. But the killer, was pretty good. He was creepy enough that you believe that he was unsettling. You're like, oh, what the fuck is going on with this guy when he's working out in his little private room with his super, super long feet. Did you notice how long his feet were? And, after he kills the prostitute, he does this little shame bath in the wash basin where he's taking like scrub brushes and washing his nuts and the rest of himself.
What kind of knife did he use though? That was so dangerous. Yes, that's why. Mm-hmm. It's the 80s, man. That was
you gotta have
switchblade.
Mm-hmm.
Little stiletto style switchblade.
Oh, heck yeah.
Deadly. Gotta be careful.
I need to go to a knife shop and see if I can get one.
I may or may not own one.
It's just a cool accessory. So he kills her friends, and then the detective guy, he kind of borders on being creepy, but also protecting at the same time. You weren't really sure if it was intentional, that he was a little too attached.
When he was walking around her apartment, the whole time, I'm like, come on, man, don't be a fucking dirtbag, dude. Just fucking help this kid out. Don't be a dirtbag. And he was like, oh, this is really nice. I like this color. And you're like, oh, this is going to get really fucked up, isn't it? To an already really fucked up movie. I was so glad.
Yeah, and he turned out to be a decent guy and really wanting to protect her, which is good. There is that part in the movie where she's trying to pass herself off as a high school student, and some guys that some creepy guys who go to high school with her see her on the street, and they try to pick her up, and then she scares them away,
or kidnap, whichever one.
Basically, yeah, they kidnap her, and then she shoots through the windshield and scares them, makes one guy piss his pants. But then they tell everybody that she's a prostitute, and she has to run away in shame from her high school, and that sucks.
And then the one weird guy, is this enough?
Yes, there's this redheaded nerdy guy, and he's got the big glasses, black frame glasses, and kind of like a orange afro. And at the beginning, he tells her, I really like you. And she's like, well, my mom says I'm too young to date or whatever. Then later he finds out that she's a prostitute. And he's like, is this enough? I've got $23. I've been saving it for a long time. Like, how long have you been saving $23? But in 1983, $23 was, a lot of scratch for a high school kid.
Was it enough to purchase the affection of an underage prostitute with heart of gold who goes out and defends her makeshift family? Is it?
No, it's not. All I'm saying is, if you have not seen this movie, you must see it. She, after poor Meg bites it, and that was the saddest part of the movie to me, is when, and I have to say, I was not expecting to feel this emotional during the movie. There's two. I watched this movie twice. I watched it the first time, and I was just kind of astounded at the audacity of the movie and of the subject matter and the fact that it was made at all. And I kind of enjoyed it in almost an ironic way, as a kind of like this is a nostalgia piece, exploitation movie. And then I watched it again, and I was actually affected by the performances and the story. I bought poor Angel's, acting, as her story and how sad she was. And then when the killer, who has disguised himself as a Hare Krishna guy to escape the now he's a cop killer because he is in a lineup. He steals a cop's gun, shoots like three people.
Yeah, and he just like boom, 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 just worked his way out of there, no problem whatsoever.
Yeah, escapes with no problem, and he's disguised himself as a Hare Krishna. And him and May get into it, and he stabs poor May under a stupid canopy bed. Remember the canopy bed? That was an 80s thing. My sister had a canopy bed. What was that? What was that meaning? I mean, what was the purpose of the canopy bed?
What's with these canopy beds?
What is with these beds? Is it a tent or is it a bed?
Is it a jungle with a canopy or is it a bed? How do these two converge?
What is up with that? Yeah, so May gets it, and then she steals the gun from Solly, and she's out there wildly shooting in any direction to try to hit the killer. She has terrible aim. And I guess they shot two versions of the ending where Angel shoots the killer and kills him, but test audiences didn't like the fact that she is a killer at the end of the movie. So they reshot it where Kid Carson comes back and shoots the shit out of the killer, and the detective shoots him as well or whatever. And then they all walk off.
Throw Greedo in there too. Greedo shot him.
and they just walk off, leaving him dead in the alley. And then, credits. It's really funny.
Angel 2, group therapy.
Yes. So I cannot recommend this movie enough. If you're into seeing a fucked up movie in a time capsule of the 80s and of different social acceptable levels. If you want to see something that is just crazy.
deeply fucked up. It's what this movie.
That I watched way too young. I watched this movie way too young. I had no idea what a prostitute was. I didn't know how what the deal was, what was going on, and it just kind of blew my fragile little mind. And I had not seen it since had seen it in the 80s, so I was so surprised that I enjoyed it so much, and that it was,
I'm not.
You're not surprised that I enjoyed it so much?
I'm not surprised you enjoyed it all. I think 20 minutes in, and my only thought was Eric liked this movie. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. Eric liked this movie. Eric liked this movie.
So the funny thing is that there is 3 sequels. There is, and Donna Wilkes does not come back to play Angel in any of them. In Avenging Angel from 1985, Betsy Russell, she of Private School, when she's riding the horse topless, if you remember Private School with Phoebe Cates and Matthew Modine, she is in Avenging Angel. And it turns out that the mafia kills the police officer that helped take Angel off the street. So it's not Angel versus a serial killer, it's Angel versus the mafia. And the trailer is fucking hilarious, and I definitely want to watch it. It is also on Tubi. And there's Angel 3, the final chapter, where Angel comes back.
As soon as you say the final chapter, you know you got one more movie left in you.
Exactly, because it's never the final chapter. Where Angel comes back and tries to stop like a white slavery ring, where they're like grooming these girls and selling them off or whatever. And it's another girl playing Angel. And Angel 4 Undercover that came out in 1993 was actually going to be a TV movie. And they didn't pick up the pilot, so it was just turned out to be a direct-to-video sequel.
Thank you, 8-pound, 9-ounce baby Jesus, for not letting that happen.
Yeah, but I am for sure going to watch Avenging Angel at least within the next week or two, and I'll give you give everybody the size up on it. But if you want to watch some trash, pure unadulterated, and I'll agree with Gene Siskel on this movie, on this part, is that it's a trashy movie, but I'll also agree with Roger Ebert on this, is that it rises above what you think it's going to be, and you get more out of it than you initially thought. Even though it is.
Dude, you're describing bowel movements I've had.
I'm going to go to bat for Angel. Neil, what are your final thoughts on it?
This is not a movie to be put aside lightly. This is a movie to be thrown with great underage force.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. It was like I was so surprised by parts of it, but then it kind of hit me as to what it, every now and then it would just kind of hit me to what they were depicting, because you get some movies where you just get completely sucked in, and this movie had kind of a high school play kind of vibe going on the whole time for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting, when you're like, oh, the acting, I wasn't quite getting that. There's like one little bit, like when they were maybe have like a few little pieces, but like, holy shit, dude. Wow. Here's the thing. I'm going to start a second podcast. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then I'll host it, and then you be the co-host, and I'm going to have you watch all the weird fucked up videos that I watch on Prime and on Tubi that I don't make you watch, and we'll discuss those, and you'll begin to feel the pain of
the lavalantulas and
the lavalantulas. Love Steve Gutenberg, dude. Steve Gutenberg. That was actually not such a bad flick. Didn't take itself too seriously, and we had a little Sharknado kind of cameo going on in there, very tongue in cheek. Yeah. Content fucked up. Nudity, what it was implying, fucked up. Aspects of the story, not so bad.
Mm-hmm.
There we have it.
All right. But it's one of those movies that I'm like evangelizing to people now. And I think the people in my regular like work life will probably think I'm just a total weirdo and a freak if I recommend it. So But
can I break something to you? You want a little piece of news?
am I?
Some of them already think that. You're not going to surprise anybody.
So, but if you are into movies of this time period and love just kind of trashy movies, you can't get any better. It is what it is. It is what it. Excuse me.
You're starting to sound. You're starting to sound like a mob character. Hey, it is what it is.
It is what it plays to be.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Is she earning? Is she doing what she's supposed to be doing? Did she whack the sicko that was taking out all this? Fine, it is what it is.
So next week we are going to talk about. Well, Neil, I'll let you decide. Do we want to watch Executive Decision? Or do we want to watch Captain America: The Winter Soldier?
Boy, that's a tough one. Executive Decision. Steven Seagal dies in that one, yes?
Yes.
Oh, let's fucking watch Executive Decision.
Okay, Executive Decision.
I want to watch his chunky ass get sucked out of that airplane tube and die.
So next 2 weeks, Executive Decision and Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Then we've got 2 more movies in August, and then spooky season begins in September, where we're nothing but horror movies from September and October. So if you have suggestions for spooky season, please send them to us, rvspodcast222@gmail.com, or send us a message on Instagram or Facebook, and we'll read your email on the air. But we're looking for spooky season. I have a couple of things that I'm thinking of. I saw this movie called Race with the Devil from the 70s. It is one of the greatest cheesy Satan movies of the 70s. We could do like Satan.
I'm so looking forward to that.
Yeah, we should do like Satan, for a couple of Satan movies. We could do The Devil Rides Out. We could do Race with the Devil, and we could do The Devil's Reign. And we just got to find another movie with the devil. So
you know what we really need to find is that Glenn Danzig vampire movie.
I know what you're talking about. Is it available? I have to look it up.
I watched it. Look at my left eye as I wink with it. I've watched it legally online. So bad. So bad. And he takes himself so seriously. And there is nothing I love more than a lack of self-awareness.
Yes. Neil sends so many videos of unself-aware singers to me all the time. And all it does is one, ruins my algorithm, and 2, makes me cringe. So
what I love is when you send me one and go, have you seen this? And I fucking follow them on Instagram. Of course I've seen it. I've seen every single one of them.
Yes.
It brings me so much pleasure during the day. Just sit there and scroll through. I sent you some good ones today.
Yeah, some are really bad.
Dude, that list, the ones I sent you today, that was hand plucked from my viewing. Those were the especially good ones that I sent you.
The Hispanic girl trying to sing a country song was really bad.
That was so amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, really bad.
Oh, so good.
The rappers are the ones that made me laugh. The guy with the gold chain and the
gold, who didn't really move his mouth. He looked like he was our age.
Yeah.
Bizarre. Yeah, and who unironically, uses the N-word when he talks to other white people.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So great.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. We appreciate you. Please watch Angel. Send us emails of what you think of it. I'd love to hear from you guys, or if you have any memories of it. And I just remember my older sister and I watching it and just being.
I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out with this. Pedophilia is bad.
It is definitely 100%.
It is bad. Just everybody know that. Watch this movie, but understand that is a horrible, evil thing that they are talking about in that fucking movie. Holy shit.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a good week.
Thank you for listening to the Retro Video Store Podcast.